What's up, everybody? I am here playing Project Planet for the first time. So this is a game that I just learned about a few days ago, and it's like able to be played single player, but I don't think that's like the intended ideal way to play it. This is a game you want to play with a group of your friends, a la Jackbox, where it's kind of like get some friends together, either in the same room or remotely. Only one person needs to own it. Several other people can just use their phones or a web browser or something like that. And the twist here, instead of like a variety of party games and trivia and that sort of stuff, this one is kind of similar to Pandemic, as I understand it, where you have one player who is playing as Earth and is trying to destroy itself, essentially, or destroy all humanity. And then all the other players are a team of different groups of humans working together to try to prevent their extinction, but also working individually on their own agendas. So there's only one winner, but there are essentially two teams. There's Earth and there's humanity, but within humanity, every individual player is trying to win. So you will have opportunities to team up together to try to like survive, but then you also, I guess, have ways of like undercutting one another or sabotaging one another, so that you will come out on top at the end, assuming humanity survives. So I've only just watched a couple of short introductions to it, the ones from the Steam page, so like their trailer and then a short how to play. But I'm playing it now for the first time, and I'm just going to play with AI and kind of discover it together with you guys. And then, if it seems interesting and anybody wants to play sometime, maybe hit me up or pick the game up for yourself and play it with your friends, if you're not already one of my friends. And I'm gonna jump right to it. I guess I also need to join. So this is the host computer. I kind of thought I was going to be able to play from here, but let's go to Project Planet TV. And I might actually be playing from a browser window instead of from the application. This is just sort of the host. So I'm going to enter the code here, and I might change my capture settings here in a second. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna switch my source here real quick. I'm just gonna pause and be back in a second rather than try to figure it all out. Okay, I've got this pulled up in split screen mode. It's not the ideal viewing experience from a resolution standpoint, but I figured it would be beneficial to be able to see both perspectives, both the host and a player. I assume a lot of the cinematic coolness will come from the host, which is meant to be viewed by everybody, I assume, whereas the player perspective is specific to each player. So on the left here is what you'll see on either your browser or your phone, and you can play as one of 6 different roles, either media, industry, world leaders, scientists, public, or Earth. I'm gonna start with an Earth playthrough first, since it seems like the other 5 will be similar but different, but this one will be kind of all its own thing. And then I'll either play random of the other 5 or just pick one for the next one. Planet Earth needs to defeat the other players by reducing the planet's population, ecosystems, and pollution to drive humanity to extinction. I'm gonna go ahead and play the tutorial video. Why not?
Welcome to the gameplay tutorial. In Project Planet, Earth needs to eradicate humanity to prevent them from doing further harm to the planet, while humanity must work together to survive. Humanity consists of 5 distinct roles with the shared objective of preventing the population from reaching zero. But cooperation is not always guaranteed, as you'll also be competing amongst each other for power. Each role offers a unique playstyle. For instance, world leaders can force others to action through law and order, while the media uses news broadcasts to twist the truth and push their agenda.
As hospitals are unable to keep up.
Throughout the game, you'll face a series of tough decisions. Tapping an option will show you its effect, but keep in mind that each decision may have further consequences later on. The impact of your choices will be multiplied based on your power. If another player takes a significant lead, consider teaming up with others to even the playing field. One way to do this is through your abilities. The cooperative ability lets you team up with another player, while the hostile ability allows you to inflict negative effects on your opponents. When playing as a member of humanity, it is crucial to form alliances and closely monitor each other's actions. As Earth, you play against the group with the sole objective of eradicating humanity. If at any point the population reaches zero, humanity is wiped out and you win the game. It's crucial to choose the appropriate disaster to align with your strategy. Some disasters are more challenging for humanity than others, but less destructive disasters do leave you with more force and therefore options throughout the game. Another way to spend force is through the powerful crisis. When triggered, humanity needs to collectively match your stake or suffer devastating consequences for the population. Each disaster has 4 different stages, during which Earth can trigger 2 incidents. These are small events that affect the planet's ecosystems and pollution. The worse these get, the more rapidly the population declines. After each stage, a results screen is displayed, showing an overview of all score changes, as well as the ecosystems and pollution's impact on the population. Should humanity manage to survive until the end of the game, the disaster is defeated, and the humanity player with the highest power wins the game. This wraps up the gameplay tutorial. For more information, you can always press the info buttons on your mobile device during the game. Have fun and don't forget to wishlist Project Planet on Steam.
Okay, so you've seen pretty much as I have now. I watched one video that was a trailer that didn't go into a lot of detail, and then that one, which kind of tells you how to play. I don't fully understand all of the terms and stuff used. I try not to let that intimidate me. I kind of I'll figure things out as I go or in the first playthrough. And if you're watching this, you'll probably figure out with me. So I'm just gonna fire it up as Earth and see what happens. About to start the game. Are you sure all players are ready? Confirm. All the other players are AI. Choose disaster. So this is because I'm Earth. I've got... Can I make this smaller so it all fits? Perfect. Influenza virus, -50 force. A novel influenza virus outbreak causing global disruption to economies, social life, and healthcare. The virus will begin in one specific location and slowly spread across the planet through communities and on commercial flights. So this is pandemic mode. -50 force. Asteroid impact coming soon. Locust plague, -40 force. locust pest outbreak resulting in large-scale crop loss and consequential famine in large parts of the planet just north of the equator. The outbreak can spread to West Africa in the west, India in the east, and even affect parts of South America and China. Hurricane, the most severe hurricane in human history, destroying everything in its path. The hurricane will originate east of the Caribbean and travel across Caribbean islands before making landfall in major American cities. Solar flare coming soon. Volcanic eruption coming soon. So we have 3 that we can actually do. Influenza sounds the most familiar, and it seems like it could hit anywhere, whereas the other ones seem to be specifically targeted. And this is the most familiar scenario because I played stuff like Pandemic and Project Outbreak. So yeah, let's do influenza. So I lost 50 force, down to 50 force. Point of origin. The novel influenza virus about to be released upon humanity, but the point of origin can make a huge difference in the impact it will have. Where should the virus emerge? So this is information that the players on the right-hand side will presumably not have. Okay, so I don't pick a specific city, or at least not yet, but I pick capital city, industrial town, or metropolitan area. I'm going to look at the information here. You can choose from different options, each with their own effects. Tap an option to see the effects before confirming your decision. The more blue squares to the right of an icon, the more positively the score will be effective. The more red squares to the left of an icon, the more negatively it will be affected. Effects on population, ecosystems, and pollution have arrows to signal their effect. Blue question marks have a random positive impact, while red question marks have a random negative impact. Icons with both a blue and red question mark can have either positive or negative effect. Some decisions have no immediate effect, but may still lead to conflict or other problems in the future. You should consider more than just the decision's effect on the scores, as choosing the selfish option now may cause issues or conflict in the future. Capital city. Initial infections taking place in one of the largest capital cities of the world will impair world leaders' ability to respond. Humans are driven by economies. The virus will have the biggest impact on one of the industry's industrial towns. Metropolitan area. The virus should emerge where it will affect the highest amount of people, like a densely populated metropolitan area. So basically, you're picking which player you want to target, since there are 5 human players: world leaders, industry, scientists, media, and public. Capital city is kind of hamstringing world leaders a bit. Industrial town is kneecapping industry a bit, and metropolitan area is diminishing the effect from public. They're all AI, so I'm just gonna go with the densest population area. Okay, that cost me 1 force. Okay, that was indicated on that screen. Okay, here we go. Media's turn.
We bring you an urgent public health story. A lethal, novel influenza virus is ravaging a small town in the United States, with many patients relegated to triage care as hospitals are unable to keep up. When asked, experts say the virus has undoubtedly spread further than the town by now, and state the world should brace for what could become the deadliest global pandemic of all time.
An extremely deadly novel influenza virus is ravaging the capital of the United States. World leaders' turn. So I can see that the public power score went down a little. Okay. World leaders made an important decision. Media report incoming. Media's turn again.
No lockdown. Economy to remain open.
Industry has vowed not to raise face mask prices. Public's turn. The public has started a campaign to raise money for face masks for hospitals. Earth's turn. Okay. Prolonged spreading has allowed the virus to mutate. Which kind of mutation should the virus develop? So increased infectiousness, weaker symptoms, or antiviral drug resistance. So I'm gonna go with weaker symptoms because I want to fly under the radar. Yeah, weaker symptoms may reduce mortality rates but will be compensated because asymptomatic spreading is more difficult to prevent. Additionally, silent spreading of the virus will generate less media attention. And media was the one who jumped immediately on my back. So I'm going to go with that one. This one only costs me 1 force, whereas increased infectiousness would cost me 2. I also have trigger incidents and trigger crisis, and this seems like a thing that I can do whenever. Can use 2 incidents per stage to reduce the ecosystems or population, or to regain force. The lower the ecosystem's pollution are at the end of a stage, the more population will decline. Crisis. So I don't know how long a stage lasts. Scientists discovered a new mutation in the virus that leads to increased asymptomatic transmissions. World leader's turn. World leaders did not instigate a global lockdown to combat the virus. Emerging second wave. Media's turn. Media reported world leaders gamble with millions of lives by refusing a global lockdown despite virus's second wave. Okay, river flooding. A buildup of heavy rain is about to flood local rivers in the Belgian Ardennes. Where should this flooding take place? Okay, flood local tourist town. Flooding will take place in the local tourist town, maximizing the impact on industries, tourism business, small population decline. Flooding will take place in a large city, causing maximum discomfort to the public, small population decline. Mass flooding. The rain will be spread out over a large area, causing more widespread flooding and maximizing destruction. So it costs 3 power, will reduce population and ecosystems and pollution. I think I'm going to do the big one here. It's like a good bang for buck. It's like getting 3 1-power things at once. And adding pressure to ecosystems and pollution seems like it'll pay dividends. See, I don't know if this is time-based, because it seems like I have an opportunity to do stuff simultaneously, but I don't see a timer. So I don't know if we have a similar amount of actions. And y'all are getting to keep up better with what's happening on the screen than I am, because I'm looking back and forth. Okay. So I can reduce the virus's mortality rate, reducing population decline to regain 6 power. Destabilize the virus to increase all results of this stage. Costs for all stage results times 1.25. Purify, increase the virus's mortality rate, heavily increasing population decline. I'm going to amplify. I still have plenty of power, and Okay, so I think that was the end of the stage. Which means I probably should have used some of the other things. I've got to get a feel for how long a stage lasts and how that's determined, so that I can keep up with it. Social distancing stage started. Okay, super spread events. Super spreading events where the virus is spread at a much higher rate than usual are some of the most risky aspects of pandemics. Where should this event take place? So I want to hit probably world leaders or industry. That hits world leaders in public. This hits science and industry. This is extreme against media. I'm gonna hit world leaders in public. No, I'm gonna hit scientists and industry. It hits scientists harder than industry. Well, no, let's do political rally.
Public rejects guidelines, resorts to conspiracy theories. Okay, so I can spend some amount of power, and it's basically a push your luck sort of thing. If they can come up with enough effort to counter my crisis, it will have either no effect or minimal effect. But if they don't come up with enough, I get to like slam the population pretty hard. So I'm gonna go with the 2-cost one. Blizzard. Extreme cold and precipitation is building up on the northwestern parts of North America. Blizzard could cause extreme disruption to humanity's daily lives. A cargo airport hamstrings industry. A large city hamstrings public. Move down south. The larger San Francisco area rarely experiences snowfall, and unlikely blizzard in this area could massively disrupt its society and test how well prepared humanity really is. Now I'm gonna save my power. Do I want to hit industry or public? Who's the furthest ahead right now? Industry. So I'm gonna hit a cargo airport. And I picked a handful of crises and incidents ahead of time. Those don't seem to be time gated, so it's just like pick one and pick two, as opposed to like quick time events. And then the other things are pop-ups. So it seems like you should just pick your things All right. They managed to combine effort and stop my incident, which is fine. So maybe I got to build up these incidents. I have 2 left, even though I've used 2. Oh, my turn. I'm gonna amplify again. So I think that's like an end of round decision. So I amplified again. Mass layoffs stage started.
A ray of hope for the pandemic. Thanks to lockdowns and social distancing measures, the pandemic should be over soon. Many businesses are relieved at the news, as the broader economic problems can be easily managed by the generous government bailouts on offer. The coming vaccine should be the final nail in the pandemic's coffin.
Uh-oh, didn't get enough. Media did not contribute enough. Company bankruptcies. A pandemic has affected all businesses, but some more than others. Which businesses should be hit the hardest by high infection numbers? Corporate offices, which will be extreme damage to industrial and lead to some population destabilization. Distribution warehouses would be -3, cost 3 power, but hit public and industry. That'd be pretty good, and a pretty substantial population decline. Filming studios would hit industry and public a little, and media hardest. Let's take a big old chunk out of industry. They're the second highest right now, and this only cost me 1, and it's extreme. I'm gonna pick some of these other I'm gonna use malaria resistance to get some power back. I'm gonna use mad cow disease to really hit the ecosystems.
and an oil seep to pile the pollution on. So yeah, it looks like missing the incidents, or at least missing the
bankruptcy, apply for bailout.
Yeah. Missing the things in the first, the incidents in the first stage didn't hurt me too much, because I still had them banked. I don't think that was the case for the crisis, though. Sinkholes. Heavy rain following the long drought in Baghdad is causing sinkholes to appear across the city. Where should the largest holes appear? Political rally hits world leaders in public. That's probably what I want. That hits industry and scientists. This hits the local market. Okay, so one thing for me to think about is I can either hit the people who are the highest and even everybody out, but then they're working with me. If I hit some of the lower people, everybody will gang up on world leaders. So I'm gonna go with the hardest population hit and hit industry and public. And then if world leaders see me running away with it, maybe they'll start undermining each other a bit. I'm gonna go major population, hit them hard here at the end. So you can see who's being a team player and who's being a stingy. Vaccines stage started. Population's pretty low. Can probably put the nail in the coffin here. I assume this is the last stage. And it's my understanding that the AI is not great, which is why you want to play with your friends. So, we got 14 power left. Let's see what I want to spend on these two. So, oh, and there's going to be some quick time, or not quick time, but like ones that pop up as well. So,
Scientists prepare mass production of experimental vaccine.
Wildfires. With recent temperatures and low precipitation, many areas are at risk of wildfires. Depending on the location, they can have drastic effects on the planet. Hit ecosystems and pollution, hit pollution big, hit population. It's gonna hit population directly. It's cheaper and it's what I want to do in this stage. I'm gonna restore industry a little bit and do a big pollution hit. Crisis. I can spend 1, 2, 4, or 6. Hidden side effects from a vaccine may emerge to wreak havoc long after immunization. Which health issues may arise months after receiving the vaccine? Heart failure, chronic fatigue, or immunity duration. Oh yeah, let's do that one. Confirm. I'm gonna go big on the crisis. I have 6 force left. for any QuickTime events that remain. I keep calling them QuickTime events, I don't know what they're actually called. But it's Earth's turn. Outside of the incidents and stuff. Oh, I got them. They're all dead. Scientists had the most positive impact on other players' scores. Environmentalists. Oh, that's also scientists has the most positive impact on the population and Earth's habitability. Industry had the most positive impact on their own score. Cool. Return to lobby. Alright, we're ready to go again. I'm gonna hit random. If it accidentally randoms Earth, I'll restart. I am playing as media. So now we'll get to see it from a player, a non-Earth perspective. This is presumably where Earth is deciding what to hit us with. Apparently it's a locust plague. Media report incoming. I assume this means I'm gonna get an opportunity to pick something here. Or I guess that was just sort of a default thing, because media's the first to say, hey, it's a locust plague. Locust plague may be about to emerge in Ethiopia. While no hopper bands have been sighted so far, it may be necessary to prepare humanity for what's about to come. Factual reporting. Oh, so this is like, should I be a team player or should I So this one says, hey, world leaders, you want to be friends? Hey, scientists, you want to be enemies? I don't know if it's going to have a good or a bad effect on me. It'll have minor population destabilization. This one's going to say, I'm going to hurt myself and industry, but not affect the population negatively. This one says, I'm going to do great things for me. I'm going to hurt government. I'm going to hurt public. And I'm going to massively reduce population. I don't want to become the bad guy right off the bat. This one seems the most interesting because I don't know if I'm going to get a positive or a negative effect, but I do make buddy-buddy with world leaders. Let's downplay the issue.
Let's check in on Eastern Africa. Plenty of precipitation in otherwise dry regions are guaranteeing large harvests this season. Some locals are worried the weather will lead to swarms of locusts forming, but scientists are unconcerned, claiming that swiftly dealing with any juvenile locusts will preempt the threat.
You can use a cooperative or a hostile ability. I can choose world leaders, industry, scientists, or public. Oh. Scientists declared they will monitor locust populations using field agents and are recruiting now. How we report this information could affect how many recruits apply. Factual reporting hurts me, helps them. Positive spin helps scientist, hurts public. Minor population decline. Negative spin dramatically hurts scientists, helps me, helps public, dramatically reduces population. So this one is aggressive. I like these question marks. I want to see what the question marks do. We can kind of hamstring public a bit.
more. I'm going to cooperate now with public because they're in the doldrums. So how much I damaged myself is what I'm wagering against my contribution. I'm gonna give above average. Oh, somebody messed up. World leaders and public contributed the least to global. Highlight social issues. We may not be living in the Middle Ages anymore, but there's still lots of social issues that the public has to endure. It can be cooperative, self-interested, or environmental. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do positive population stuff and try and hope I can. Industry helps scientists. Industry supplying the field agents for the scientists. How should we report this news to our audience? Standard news article, good for industry, a little bad for us, good for population. Positive deep dive. Positive thing for me and big for industry. Critical opinion piece. Helps me, hurts public and government, and hurts population. I don't want to hurt population because I get the impression that the other 4 AIs are dumb. So I want to be fighting for positive population growth. But I want to do the positive deep dive. I like the question marks. Amplified. Ooh, I drew some attention to myself. I think I earned an extra hostile power point for that though, so that was a good thing. Pollution got nasty. We gotta try to counteract that if we can. Pest control stage started. So I have 2 hostile power points. But I'm about to become bad guy. So I might want to save those for later. The locust affected area has been hit by heavy rainfall. Our leaders have announced a plan to research biological locust control measures. Audience is looking for us to the facts of the matter. Factual reporting helps population, hurts us, and government helps science. Positive spin has an unknown negative effect on population and helps world government. Negative spin hurts population real bad, helps us a little, hurts. Yeah, we need to do factual reporting. We gotta stop the bleeding on population.
Scientists to research biological control measures against locusts.
I'm gonna save my hostile powers for late in the game to try to make a last minute push for power, because I don't want to be the focus of other people's negative attention in the earlier mid game. My turn. Useless research. Science were unable to develop new biological control measures and the locusts are still unmanageable. How can we break this news to our audience? Factual reduces pollution, hurts me and scientists. Blame world leaders, reduces population, helps scientists, hurts world leaders. Condemning expose, unknown positive or negative effect on population, helps me. Extreme hit on scientists and increases pollution. I'm gonna do factual reporting again. Try to reduce pollution. Crisis. Yeah, I'm gonna go above average again. Y'all better chip in. Just got there. Overspent by 1, but that's okay. Public, biggest contributor there. Our leaders are asking public to fight alongside the military against the locusts. Public has begun burning crops near locust nesting areas in an attempt to starve them out. Industry's turn. So industry and scientists are currently the most powerful. The industry is watching with bated breath as the public continues to fight the locusts. Leaders are asking the world to hunker down and prepare for the worst. Pest control stage ended. Locusts are eating more after evolving an increased metabolism. Sharp population decline. So I took a little bit of a backseat in the score here, which was my intention. So governments... Ooh boy, our ecosystems took a hit.
Widespread stage started. Despite humanity's best efforts, the locusts are continuing to spread and are now at risk of spreading to other continents. It's time to send out an update to the world. Actual reporting hurts me, hurts industry, helps population. Downplay event helps world leaders, hurts scientists, hurts population. Helps or hurts me. Sensationalistic helps me, hurts government and public and massive. I think we go factual again.
New developments. Pest control measures have proven insufficient to contain the plague. The locust swarms over eastern Africa have begun to spread to other regions, with swarms spotted spreading to India, West Africa, and beyond. Scientists are warning that the plague is out of control and that a global famine seems likely.
Industry has a new plan for dealing with the locust plague. Donate food to starving people, protect their businesses, and rely on world leaders to deal with the locusts. How should we report this news? Factual hurts me, helps industry, helps population. Positive spin helps industry, helps world leaders. Definitely not. Negative spin takes a bite out of industry, helps me some, but has a pretty dramatic effect on population. So it's factual or negative here. I think taking a bite out of industry is important here. Sorry, population, we gotta spin this negatively.
Profits above human lives.
I can see how sitting in the same room or even Skype call with some people and being like, oh, your policy is bad, I'm gonna decimate your power multiplier, whatever. You could develop some rivalries in the room. Yeah, I'm interested how these other roles play and what their turns look like, because it seems like media is basically factual reporting, negative spin, positive spin, to like cooperate or not cooperate, or like help the planet at your own detriment. So it's a balancing act between being antagonistic and yeah. You get it. Crisis time. So I'm still kind of hovering around the middle. I'm gonna give the slightly above average contribution. Public should be expected to do less. Okay, we overspent a little bit, but it's okay. Ideally, you spend exactly the correct amount. Oh, I guess if you're overpaying, you get some of those power points. So yeah, if you're the most antagonistic or the most helpful, you get a point at the end of the stage. We'll lose a ban pest control measures for the sake of the environment. Public is pleading for world leaders to provide humanitarian aid. Effects of the locust plague have rated a number of potential news stories. What should we report on? Praise for humanitarian aid or blame for food scarcity? Praise for humanitarian has no immediate effect, but that doesn't mean it won't have an effect later. Blame for food scarcity, also no immediate effect. Yeah, this one I'm gonna blame. Those in plagued regions are being hit hard with food shortages. Many are upset at how the locust crisis has been handled. Through our reporting, we can point the finger of blame. Blame world leaders, hurts us and world leaders. Blame industry, hurts us and industry. Blame both, hurts all three of us. So I can take 6 points total out of them for 3 out of me, 4 out of you for 2 out of me, or 4 out of you for 2 out of me. I'm gonna blame both. I get the most bang for buck here. At some point we got a hamstring scientist though. Okay, it's the end of this stage. Entering the last stage. Locusts have evolved, consume more crops, big population hit. Humanity results. So government's got a positive PowerPoint, industry got a negative PowerPoint, or hostile. Pollution we've got handled, our ecosystems are failing in a big way. I need to use all my powers that I got this turn, or this phase, stage, because we're in the last one. And try to hamstring whoever's ahead of us. And be greedy enough to get top power, but not so greedy that we kill the planet. So we gotta go after scientists. Questionable research measures. A whistleblower has brought our attention to different kinds of unethical behavior in mainstream scientific research. Hostile. Extreme damage to the target. Decent benefit to me. Self-interest. Big benefit to me. Population decline. Smaller damage to them. Environmental. Helps population. Hurts scientists. So it's either hostile or environmental. Let's go environmental. Rickets among refugees. Millions of refugees trying to flee their countries to escape the locust plague are being struck with cases of rickets. How should we report on this news? Factual, downplay, or sensationalize? Factual. Let's sensationalize.
Disastrous outbreak of rickets and largest emigration in human history.
Okay, I have one hostile power left. I need to make sure I use before the end of this phase. But I gotta wait and see who the big enemy is at the end. Right now it's scientists. Well, these are asking every country to accept a portion of the healthy refugees. Crisis time. We've got to spend enough. Average to spend per player is 4.6. Yeah, I'll spend my 6. Prevention failed. We're all gonna die. Industry, how dare you? Industry's turn. Industry is putting immigrant workers into an apprenticeship program to train them. Public's turn. Going after scientists here and trying to stabilize the population. It's the best I had for my last power. Because we are in danger of dying. Governments worldwide are being overthrown by outraged members of the public. World leaders have started bloody military invasions to restore former governments. Our population is practically nothing. We dead. Earth wins. Possible there were mistakes that I made there that cost us the game. Seems more likely. The AI is really bad at saving the planet. Don't know. I'm not gonna random anymore. I'm just gonna play through the other ones, I guess. Just go around the clock, I guess. So I'll try industry. Industry controls humanity's businesses and economy. They can lobby and incentivize other roles. Start game. This will be a pretty good primer on the game from each perspective. Hurricane. Pending disaster was detected. Media report incoming. Build-up stage started. So as media, we were basically responding to other people's things and saying whether or not we thought it was good or bad, or just reporting the facts. Seemed to be the bulk of our decision trees. Okay, I have cooperative and hostile powers. Hang on to them for now.
Extreme weather warning. The tropics are heating up as the Atlantic hurricane season kicks off. Multiple tropical depressions and low-category hurricanes have formed, but scientists are mainly concerned by what could become the largest hurricane in recent memory, charging on a warpath towards the United States.
So that strikes me as somewhat sensational. Obviously, we know it's actually bad, because that's the point of this game. But it's like, it did... using like warpath and devastating, that's meant to get people emotional rather than like being purely factual. Not to say it's wrong. Sometimes you need to scare the shit out of people to get them to take things seriously. The scientists made an important discovery. Media report incoming. Destruction of coral in Pacific has had a significant impact on sea life in the area. Scientists warn of severe hurricane.
Of severe hurricane to hit U.S.
Home security. The approaching Atlantic storm may cause much damage when it makes landfall, leveling buildings. How should we handle all our customers attempting to safeguard their property? Hike insurance premiums. Lots of people will be looking to insure their homes. We are more than happy to cover them by bumping up the prices and offering multi-year contracts. Reparations will be expensive now, but we can easily recuperate this in the years after the storm. Helps us, hurts public. Implement insurance loopholes. As we sell insurance to concerned homeowners, we will include a clause excluding damage from natural causes. After all, we cannot control the weather, and this will minimize our payouts. Helps us a little, hurts public a lot. Research emergency planning. We have our own buildings to protect too. With our funding, the scientists can brainstorm the best ways to prepare for the storm, which can benefit both us and our customers. I'm gonna do this because I want to make friends, and it also seems like short-term loss, long-term gain. And that seems good for both our power and our chances of surviving. Trying to stop the planet from dying, in general. And try to win highest power secondarily, just to see if I can end up with a low power score and save the planet, which I know is not the goal of the game. I just want to see if one player, as a human, can save the planet with a bunch of dumb AI. Home security. The scientists could not deliver a coherent strategy for helping us and our customers prepare for the storm. What will we do now? Okay, so I still got to do one of the other ones. Scientists said, nah. Implement insurance loopholes. Crisis time. And go slightly above average. It's one of those things where, like, if everybody does the right thing and spends slightly above average, you overspend by a couple, but everybody gets it done. Where somebody shortchanging has the ability to, like, maybe we still get it done if everybody goes slightly above average. And I get a power point and minimize my power loss. But then that happens and we all lose. It's like Prisoner's Dilemma. World leaders have implemented price controls on crucial emergency supplies. World leaders had the most negative impact on my power. No one had the most positive impact on my power. I'll remember that, world leaders. Additional storms have developed. Medium population decline. Okay, I gained a positive power point. Media gained a negative power point. Pretty. So no effect on population or pollution. Lost some on ecosystems. Landfall stage started. Earth's turn. So I have 2 cooperative powers and 1 hostile power currently. Probably gonna use this cooperative power now. I'm gonna make friends with somebody. Who do I make friends with? Public, maybe? I'll wait and see who's making power plays here. Respond to them with these powers.
Locked up and loaded.
Hurricane hits New Orleans. The hurricane has moved west, causing critical damage in New Orleans. Our businesses are suffering from both the storm's destruction and ongoing power outages. How will we handle the damage? Write off losses. Support rescue efforts. Research blackout causes. Okay. Throw me a bone here, scientists. This, I think, is one of the industry things, is you specifically lobby particular factions. See if they will help or hurt. Or help or decline, I guess. World Leaders has been antagonistic to me. Scientists refused to help me last time. Public currently has a power modifier. Nobody else does. Well, I guess I have a negative power modifier. Scientists have managed to repair the electrical grid and resolve the blackout. Okay, I think that's good. Crisis. I'm doing my part, y'all. I am the worst off. I should not expect it to be doing more than my part. I'm doing slightly more than my part. I can't carry y'all. You sons of bitches. Media and scientists. Drop the ball there. Houston is about to be struck by the hurricane, and southern Louisiana is dealing with the floods from the hurricane storm surge, but at least the scientists managed to restore the power. What can we do to get back to business? Back to work. Office salvage. Delay rebuilding. Do office salvage. I'm going to take a small bite at the public without hurting population and do a little bit to curb our losses. I'm going to cooperate with media because they're in the doldrums. Improve our profitability by increasing the amount of food advertisement on media channels. Extremely cooperative to media, pretty good for us. Very good for us, pretty good for media, bad for population. Pretty good for media, and good for population. Do that. Any opportunity to benefit population in this scenario. Public had a positive impact on my power, and no one had a negative impact on my power.
Thanks, public. Earth has amplified all stage results. A positive impact on population and habitability. Public. A positive impact on their own score. Took a pretty decent hit on pollution. Minor damage to ecosystems. Flooding stage start. This is stage 3 out of 4. Three powers, 2 cooperative, 1 hostile. I'll probably use 1 or more of them this stage. Guess the earlier the better.
Update on Hurricane Sebastian. The storm has struck major cities across the Gulf Coast. Officials on the ground are reporting unprecedented flooding across the entire coastline, leaving survivors awaiting rescue. With stores and supply depots inaccessible, some have even turned to looting for food.
See, that struck me as very like even-handed. They didn't use a lot of like flashy language. Earth's turn. Powerful rainstorms are enlarging floods, killing hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, we gotta do something about the population, y'all. Leaders made an important decision. Media report incoming.
Lives in the balance as world leaders await industry decision.
Crisis. Y'all, we gotta get it done this time. I'm gonna do my part. I'm lowest in the power rankings. I'm not overpaying. Ooh, good job, guys. Somebody pushed their luck, but it was fine. Thanks, media. Probably a couple people pushed their luck and media made up the slack. World leaders proposed a joint venture to help rescue hurricane victims. We should handle finances and transportation to help the regions on the ground. Should we agree to this proposal? I'm just gonna do the positive population thing. It's gonna hurt us, but it helps population and pollution. I'm gonna go hostile on public. Right. We offer our workers many job benefits, but with the public's recent behavior, we may need to reassess our generosity. So I think that was a typo. We offer our workers benefits. And yeah, I'm gonna do the positive population thing that hurts public a little. Let's save this last cooperative power for phase 4, assuming I get no more, but hopefully I get more.
Public is using social media to distance themselves from looters. Users are waving away concerns about looting, instead prioritizing rescue efforts. Public will not stop the looters, since that would mean risking the dangerous floodwaters. I'm curious how science plays. Because of this science track, I don't even really know what it is or what it does. Scientists did not solve the flooding, leaving the floodwaters as high as ever. Public is wading through floods to loot shops looking for vital food and supplies. Public had a negative impact on my power. No one had a positive impact on my power. Earth has reduced all stage results. So they are getting some power points back. Public is running away with this right now, assuming we survive. Being real greedy. Oh yeah. So like everybody who has an opportunity to should be using things that help population and hurt public. Because we gotta survive, but we also gotta slow down public. Because if we survive and they're in front, then they win. They are definitely way ahead. I have 2 cooperative powers currently and no hostile powers. Rebuilding initiative. The hurricane is finally breaking up. Its advance destroyed many of our precious manufactories and office buildings. The time has arrived to rebuild, so how will we proceed? Rebuild communities, helps population and pollution, and helps us. Or no, helps public. Rebuild industrial parks. Helps us, hurts public, hurts population, helps pollution. Research relocation strategy. Hurts us a little, helps scientists. So I guess this is contributing like a research point or research progress to research. And if they do their thing, it's great for the planet. Which means maybe I want to cooperate with scientists.
Relocation plan for hurricane victims in the works.
Population helps scientists. I think I'm just gonna go all in on helping scientists. But prioritizing population the most.
And that's what I got. If people go hard enough on public... Oof, somebody just took a big bite out of science. Even though I was trying to help them. We'll need to be targeting public. Received funding, current profit loss, success chance 60%. Scientists are asking us to volunteer our vehicles and the resources needed to operate them, with the goal of transporting people far away from the hurricane damage. Will we agree? Damage ourselves. Yeah, I'm gonna try to help scientists at my own detriment. Okay. I'm basically tanking my game to try to save the planet here. Wait, average spend per player is 2.6. So doing my part plus a little is 3. I'm gonna keep doing 4. I'm overpaying. I'm not doing... Okay. I could have paid basically nothing if I wanted to. Public. Coming in tough there. Scientists successfully developed strategies to shuffle workers to undamaged cities in need of employees while also cutting rebuilding costs. How will we proceed? Help ourselves a bunch, help public some, help population. Help ourselves a decent amount, hurt public, hurt population. Help public, help population. I don't want to hurt population, but well, population's holding up okay, actually. So yeah, let's take a bite out of public here. Rebuild industrial parks. Last place, I gotta take care of me. Taxing me. Scientists could not find fault with the media during the hurricane. It's turn. World leaders had the most negative impact on my power. No one had the most positive impact on my power. Aftermath stage ended. So we survived, and I guess public probably won. Oh. Wait. Is it not over?
guess it's not over. I guess it's not 4 phases. That's just the longest we've lasted. Oh. It is over. Yeah, public ran away with it. I had the most positive impact on other players' scores and the most positive impact on the population and Earth habitability. World leaders had the most positive impact on their own score. Wasn't enough to win in the game, though. There you have it. We saved the planet. And I probably came in last. But that's okay. We know it's possible. So I can still play as world leaders, scientists, and public. I'm gonna put it away for now. I'll try it out again tomorrow, probably. And show the other 3 roles. And yeah. Thanks for joining me as we check out Project Planet. Seems fun. Can't wait to play it with some other people. Alright, take care. Wait, don't leave yet. There's still like a little bit of stuff to do. So if you want to watch the rest of the series, it's right here. If you want to watch whatever YouTube thinks you might want to watch, it's here. You want to follow the channel, it's over here. Subscribe. And then if you liked the video, press this one that's down here-ish. It lets me know that you're enjoying it, and it lets YouTube know that you want to watch more like this. So push one or more of these. Thank you. Bye.